Hi guys, it's Redhead Boo here, and as promised I thought that I would give you another video. This video is going to be a sort of celebration because yesterday, as some of you know, the Vamps VIP packages went on sale and I got VIP for Sheffield, which I'm very excited about, and yeah, I just thought that, well, first I'm going to tell you like how I got the package. So I'd always planned to do VIP again because I did VIP this April and had the best time ever, so I was like, they're doing VIP again for tour next year and I really want to do it again because it's worth it, worth the money. So my friend said that she wanted to do VIP with me again, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do Sheffield because we've always wanted to try Manchester, but Manchester always sells out really fast. So, and we loved the Sheffield one, so we thought, it's the opening night, why not do it? So I got my Wild Pit ticket in pre-sale and decided to get VIP because I got paid for my job, which was exciting. So on the day they went on sale, everything was going according to plan. I'd signed into the website, made sure that I was still signed in by the time they went on sale, but this is where it starts to get a bit worrying because I got onto the site, everything was fine, and suddenly I noticed that the Vamps VIP package had gone, like wasn't on the site anymore. So I had no idea what was going on, so I messaged the site and said, where's the Vamps VIP package gone because I need to buy it? And they said, oh, don't worry, just refresh the page at 5 o'clock, that's what time they went on sale, and you should be able to get it. So it got to 5 o'clock and I had my Vamps playlist on because I was scared and I thought that listening to them might make me calm down a bit. So I was on the site, it had got to the time. I refreshed the page and the site crashed because apparently every single Vamps fan had the same idea as me. So that was very stressful and my Twitter was blowing up because loads of people were in the same situation saying that the site wasn't working. So it was all a bit of a mad panic to try and get VIP. Anyway, about 5:15, I refreshed the page again and it worked. And I clicked on the bit where you buy it and I managed to secure VIP for Sheffield, which is very exciting because this year apparently it's a bit different, as you get the photo, you also get a wristband, a signed photo, or 4 signed photos, and the laminate, and you also get early entry. So that's exciting, but as I said, this video is going to be my Vamps VIP like meet and greet experience and like what happened and everything, just like a story time, because I know you guys like my story times on this channel. So I thought, what a better way to celebrate the fact that I'm meeting the Vamps by telling you my story of what happened during the show in Wild Pit and before in meet and greet. So I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So on the Friday the 28th of April this year, I went up to Sheffield and I met up with my friend for the very first time, which was very nice, and we went to get food, as you do, because we were starving, and we went to Five Guys. It was really nice and we were just chatting and basically going crazy over the fact that we were going to be meeting the Vamps in a few hours' time, which was mad. And we got back to the arena and we decided we've got a bit of time, well, why don't we go to my friend's hotel room, and then we did that. So we went up to the hotel room, chilled and watched TV. We listened to Middle of the Night to try and learn it for the show, which was a bit hard because it had only been released a few hours ago, so I was a bit like, I don't really know it, but I want to try and get some of it learned so I can sing some of it rather than not knowing it at all. So we managed to learn a bit and we were all just singing along, going mad. And by the time it got to like 2:45, we went back down to the arena to try and find where we'd have to queue up for VIP. So we looked and saw loads of people in this queue. So me and my friend went over and asked and said, is this the queue for Vamps VIP and whatever package or... And they said yes, so we got into it. And I actually originally planned to join the queue later than what the time we did, but it was worth it because I was actually the 8th person out of the whole VIP people to meet the Vamps, and that is crazy. Because like, I thought we were going to be right at the back. So it was mad. And yeah, but at 4 o'clock they started doing the check-in, and that involved 2 people sat at a desk and they would ask you like your details, and you'd have to show them the confirmation, give your name or what package you were part of. So I said, oh yeah, I'm Lucy Maynell, I'm part of the Vamps VIP package. And they gave me my laminate, and I'll just get it. I'll show you it if you want to see. Here it is. They gave us this Vamps VIP, very nice. And yeah, so basically we got given that, and we went to this little room and we just stood for nearly 2 hours, I think, because they had to get everyone checked in. And by that time we started hearing some noises and I was like, that's the Vamps. And we actually managed to hear a few songs being sound checked, which was cool because I've never heard the Vamps sound checked before. But it was really good. And yeah, so we heard the sound check and we managed to hear a bit of Time Is Not On Our Side, and I was an emotional wreck as usual. And yeah, so after that we heard them singing Shape of You, so we're all singing, and All Night as well, which was good. But I went to the door because I wanted to see if I could see him, and I got told off by security because you're not technically allowed to stand near the door in case someone came through and whacked me in the face, because then they would have been sued. So I moved away from the door, and at about 5 o'clock they let us into this like corridor, and it was massive, it was tiny, and at this point I decided, oh, I really need the toilet, not knowing that there was no toilets around to use. So I was like, what do I do? Because I don't want to go in, meet the Vamps, and then think, oh, I need the toilet. So we're all like, oh my god, what are we going to do? Because we don't want to go in there and wee ourselves in front of the Vamps. So I was thinking, what could I do? And I noticed that there was a male toilet right opposite as to where we were queuing up. And I was thinking, do I go to the toilet in there, knowing that it was a male one, so it probably would have been disgusting, or just wait till after I meet the Vamps and then go? So I decided I'll wait until after I've met the Vamps and then I'll go straight to the toilet. And I'm quite glad because they did look a bit disgusting, the male toilets. And yeah, so we were in this corridor and we saw Joe walk down, so we all started to say, "Oh, hi Joe, hi Woody," and all that. And we were all just chatting away. And I made loads of new friends in the queue, which was really nice, because apparently when you're in the VIP queue, you can talk to people and make new friends because they're all there because they're meeting their idols like yourself. So just talk to people, don't be quiet and ignore everyone. And it was weird because everyone I spoke to was a Connor girl like me, so that was really nice. Yeah, so at 5 o'clock, we got split up. So like about 15 to 20 people were let into this tiny room, and it had the Vamps backdrop. And that's when it started to get a bit real, because I didn't really expect to be like one of the first 20 out of the whole people to meet them, which was crazy. So we got into this room and we were just stood there, and I was thinking, oh yeah, they'll let us in here, wait a few minutes, like up to an hour, and then the Vamps will walk in. So a few minutes passed, roughly about 3 to 5 minutes, and the door opened. And that's when I saw Tristan enter the room. And oh my god, I've never freaked out as much as seeing the Vamps walk into a room before, because like whenever I've gone into one of their signings, I've never seen them like enter. I've always been near the back, so I've always just walked in and they've been there. And to just see them walk through the room, I just freaked out. I was shaking. I was going, oh my god, they're actually here, they're real. And like they're all waving at us and we're all screaming our heads off. And yeah, so they walk in and I'm a wreck. I'm just terribly fangirling over the Vamps, saying how bloody good they all looked. Because we were always saying how we wanted Brad to be in his green puffer jacket, and he was, and it was the most beautiful moment ever. And yeah, so they walked in, and Joe walked in as well, and we're all just a mess. And they put on some music while they started the VIP, and they put on Beep Beep by Little Mix. And I know some of you know that I'm a huge Little Mix fan, so that was amazing. And Tristan then decided to start singing along to Beep Beep, so Tristan Evans was singing a Little Mix song, which was incredible because I love Tristan and I love Little Mix, so it was crazy. And it suddenly got to the point where I was at the front of the queue. And I was freaking out because they were right next to me and I did not know what to do. Because I'd planned like what to say and everything. And that just goes completely out the window when it comes to me meeting a celebrity. Like I'll plan ahead. I'll be like, I want to talk about this, this and this with whoever. And yeah, I just freaked out and just, I don't know. And anyway, the security guard, I decided to chat to him and said, look, me and my friend are meeting the boys together, so would we be able to get 2 photos, so one for me and one for her, but we're in the same one? He said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. You can tell the photographer, and then you'll tell the boys. So I was like, I'm completely nervous, like I'm not going to be able to chat to them, let alone tell them that I want 2 photographs. So that was eventful. Anyway, it got up to me, so I was at the front and I walked towards Tristan and he gave me a hug and it was really nice. He was asking me how I was and everything, and I was just like, yeah, I'm good, thank you, how are you? And it was lovely because Tristan's just so nice and he's so calming. Like as soon as I walked up to them and was talking to them, I was calm. Like I wasn't really freaking out as much as I was when they walked into the room. Anyway, next up was Connor, and you all know that Connor is my favourite member of the Vamps, so when I walked up to him, I was in bits because I was stood next to him, I was chatting to him, and I was like, what is going on? So, yeah, I stood like next to him and we had a hug, and it was the nicest hug I've ever had because I was physically shaking. Like, I was so nervous and like thinking, oh god, I can't do this. Connor Ball is stood right next to me, and he could tell that I was a nervous wreck. So he decided to rub my back when he was hugging me, and it was the cutest thing ever. And he was just lovely and made me smile and made me just forget like what I was doing. And then I happened to walk up to Brad, who is my other favourite member because he's just so lovely and he always has been lovely, and he's just cute and just gorgeous, and his accent is adorable. And when I walked up to him, he gave me his cheeky little smile, was asking me how I was, and was just being so lovely, and that made me like calm and collected and everything. And then I happened to walk up to James and I spoke to him, and he was lovely as usual because all the time I've met James he's just been so sweet, so like caring, and he's just incredible. And yeah, so I hugged James, I hugged Brad, and then it was time for my photo, and I wanted to do the James Bond style pose because I love that pose and I've always wanted to try it out with a celebrity. And I thought, what better way to do it than with the Vamps? So I got in the middle of Connor and my friend, and I felt really lucky because I wanted to be next to Connor or Brad. So I got in between them two, and before I did that even, I stood in front of the Vamps and basically said, can we do the James Bond style pose? Brad was like, yeah, sure, we can do that, that's fine. But Tristan and Connor were having a conversation, so they didn't hear me. So they all looked confused, and when James, Brad, Kirsten and me all got in, I looked at them two, smiled and said, copy me. And they did, and it was the cutest photo ever, and I'll just see if I can show you. Hold on. It's oh, I can't show. It's up there somewhere. Yeah, I can't show it unless, hang on. It's there. There, it was there. So yeah, I had my photo and it was adorable. And then I completely forgot that we were doing two photos, so I had not thought of a second photo. So they took the first photo and went, now on to the next one. In a panic, I put my arm around Connor and nearly hit him. So I felt really bad and I said, oh sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And he was like, don't worry about it, I'm okay. So I was like, oh that's good. And then I had to say goodbye, so I said goodbye and walked off and just melted because I had the best experience ever. And it got to the concert and the Vamps came on stage and I was Wow Pit and I got the back row, which I wanted because it's sort of like front row as well in a way, and it doesn't have a barrier so you get loads of interaction, which is amazing. And I got so much interaction with the Vamps, like Connor grabbed my hand. And Brad. So Connor, during the introduction of Somebody to You, he like started walking around to where I was, and I noticed that the microphone stand had all these guitar picks on, and he was going to be right in front of me, which was heaven, because I was just so happy. And he came around and I screamed in his face, which was embarrassing, because I've always said, oh, I'd never scream in front of celebrities' faces, but I did it in Wild Pit, Sheffield, to Connor Ball, and I apologise, Connor. But yeah, so I screamed in his face, and then they sort of started the song, and before they started it, I screamed again, but I didn't like scream full on. I went, Connor! And he turned around, looked down at me, gave me the cutest smile ever, and loads of people said that he recognised me from VIP, which was crazy. So yeah, and after that, when he was doing that, I reached out my hand and he grabbed it, and yeah, it was cute. So he grabbed it, and apparently when he grabbed it he was trying to give me a guitar pick. So I didn't know this, so I dropped it on the floor because I'm clumsy. I dropped it. He handed it to me. He didn't throw it, he handed it, and I still dropped it. So that was eventful. Anyway, a girl behind me saw where it went and said, there's a Connor Ball guitar pick on the floor, try and get it. So I picked it up, and I'd already got one, but my friend who I was with, she didn't have one, so I was like, you have it because I've already got one and it wouldn't be fair. And she was very happy because Connor is also her favourite, and I felt really special. And then during the Shape of You medley, Brad sort of came round to me and my friend, and he knelt down right by us. So he grabbed my friend's hand and sung to her, which was so cute, and her reaction was just hilarious. I wish I would have filmed it, but I thought it would be cool to grab his leg, and I don't know why I did it. Like, looking back now, I'm like, why did I do that? Oh yeah, that's the photo somewhere. Where is it? I don't know, I'll give up. Ah, there, yes. But yeah, and then I think it was during either last night when it goes all like funky and fast, or all night, and I was singing and he just looked down at me and smiled, and I was just like, ah, Brad just saw me. And then during Can We Dance, they always go, oh, oh, and they go, Brad goes, now you. Now, because I've seen the Vamps live so many times, I always go, now you, with Brad. I've never been close enough for him to hear it, but he did it right by me, and as soon as the first verse had finished and he goes, now you, I did it as well. He looked at me, pointed at me, and we both laughed. Also, after Connor grabbed my hand, he started like tying up his laces, and he sort of flashed his underwear at me, and that was just weird, because I was already freaking out over the fact that Connor had just grabbed my hand in front of the whole arena, and I was just like, what? Why is he flashing his underwear at me? Anyway, that happened, and I started laughing and saying, oh my god, why? And then Connor turned around to me, realised that he'd just shown his underwear to me, pulled his pants up, turned around, looked down at me and mouthed, sorry, and then we just both laughed. And it was really good, and it was such a good day, like VIP and Wow Pit. I mean, you can't get better than that. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this story. And by the way, I wasn't bragging, and if I get any comments saying that I was bragging, I promise you that I was not. I just wanted to tell you about my Vamps VIP and Wow Pit experience. So I hope you like it. Please give it a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Turn on the little bell and you will be notified every time I post a new video to my channel. And yeah, I hope to see you all very soon with more Vamps related videos or other people. So yeah, thank you guys. This is Redhead Boo signing off. Bye!